Hi guys, this is Paula and Keith, and today we wanted to come on and bring up a sensitive issue um, about letting other people make you feel badly because you're not doing things their way. And that's like one of the things we struggle with teaching you guys and giving you trainings is that yeah, we can share what has worked for us and what we're working on and what we love to do, but we have to realize that that's not for everybody. So our way may not be for you or your personality or the way you're gifted or how you want to work, and that's perfectly fine. So, you know, our company has been blessed with so many different personalities and leadership styles that there's room for everybody, and there's not just one way that it works to build a business. There's not one way to do direct sales, and there's not
There's
one way to sell or to recruit.
not even one way to do a show, right? Or one
Right,
way to do
within
a home
each
party,
thing.
or one way to do
Right,
a Facebook party, or one way to sell online, right?
right. There's so many variations within each method, and it depends on your personality and your giftings. And I think often well-intentioned people might encourage you to do things a certain way or
Right,
to stretch
because
or go out of your comfort zone and do things that you're really not comfortable doing. And
and it's well intentioned because that's
what's
the way that it's worked for them, and it fit for their personality, and they've had great success.
so of course they want to shout that from the rooftops and let everybody know and encourage everybody to do it that way. But reality is that one way doesn't work for everybody. So what worked for one stylist may not work for another. And it's just, there's so many variables and factors that go into that. And a big part is personality and giftings and that type of thing, where, I always recommend working with your strengths. What are you good at? And then focus on that and get better and better at where you're already strong and where you can do better. And sometimes that might take some creativity to figure that out. So it may not be following what one leader says or another leader says or even what I say. So, you gotta listen to the different trainings and different experts out there who are telling you one way and take what is helpful to you and then just discard the rest, right? So like
So, like, so, right, our intention is to, give you the information, the knowledge, based on what we've experienced, and then what you have to do is figure out how does any of this fit for you. And so there are many different things, and it doesn't mean that you have to do everything. You can't do everything, so you have to decide which of these things you want to start with and how can you apply it to your particular situation. Do it in your own style and not try to do exactly what we've done or anyone else has done. And I think that's was, recently in talking to our business coach, when Paula got to explain to him how it was that she built her business, he was kind of stunned. And he's like,
right,
well,
you've
how
never
could
heard
it?
of that.
He's like, I can't believe that even worked, right?
Right.
So here's somebody who's been very successful, really a recognized leader in online marketing, but yet when he heard Paula's story, it wouldn't have been anything that he would have been able to try or make successful. So,
Right, and then another example would be when I was on a consultation call with a nationally known direct sales expert and trainer, and just talking with each other. And I was telling her how I ran my business, how I built my business, and she was stunned. But unfortunately, her reaction
well, yeah. So, like
was
with our business coach, his reaction was
a positive one.
positive.
Yeah.
He was impressed, right? So he was impressed that somebody could do something that he didn't think would be something that would work. So in contrast to this next example,
Right. So this expert was specialized in home parties, so that was her thing. And so she had great success with that, and a lot of people she's trained have had great success with that. And that's wonderful, but that may not be what everyone should
No,
do.
it wasn't what you were going to do.
Right.
Right.
So, got
Right.
bugs out here. So, explaining to her, how I sold online, and how I don't like to leave my family in the evenings. I don't like to get out and go out and be at parties and stuff. That's just my personality, But there are ladies like this trainer who that's a need. They have to I just love to get out of the house. They need a break. They need a break. They need to get out, and they love to be around their friends, and that's refreshing, and they love that, and that's great for those people. But those people need to understand people like us who we're just homebodies and like to be at home, and we prefer to build our businesses behind the computer. And then likewise, those of us who like to do that need to appreciate those who do it the other way. And I just think it's great when we appreciate each other's strengths and each other's methods without, criticizing one another. Yeah, because I didn't even get to the story. It was like when, her response to my explaining myself was, "You mean you prefer to be behind your computer at night at home rather than getting out with some friends?" And I'm like, well, yeah, And I was just made to feel like such a loser, nerd, loser, backward, yeah, socially incompetent person or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, what a weirdo to rather stay home with her family than go out, But, I understand ladies who like to do that, but that's just not me. That's not how I'm wired, it's like kind of draining on me, and that would be, it's not really fun for me. So,
Yeah, and
You
so
know, it made-
if anything that we share with you are ideas that we share with you, and you say, well, that's just not something that I can do, or doesn't fit with me, then
that's fine.
that's
yeah.
fine.
But yeah, I
Don't ever feel bad, that you're not doing something exactly the way that we're talking about. That's not our intent. We're just trying to give you ideas and tools, different tools that you can decide. Try them on, see if they fit your style or not. And if it doesn't, try something else.
Right, because I even started doubting myself, like, why am I here? Why am I even in direct sales? I really felt like I didn't belong anymore, that I needed to go find something else, because what am I doing in direct sales if I don't like to leave the house and, do all these social type things, which isn't my personality? What am I even doing here? So I had a real crisis of identity and what am I doing, right? And you got to realize you just can't let people make you feel that way. You have your strengths, and woo. So don't let people make you feel bad or like you're a failure or a loser because you didn't don't do things their way. Or maybe you have tried their way. Maybe you have tried all their tips and things, and it just hasn't worked for you. And don't feel like it's something
Right.
you've done.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing you do need, there are some, well, you can go ahead.
Well, so,
Go out of your comfort zone.
right, so we have a little bit different view on the whole getting out of your comfort zone or stretching yourself. And so if you've tried all these different things that haven't worked for you, you need to kind of step back for a minute and talk to yourself about, well, what is it that you enjoy doing? What is it that you're good at? And how do you take what you enjoy doing and what you're good at and apply it, to your business and work on those things and do more of that. And don't
Yeah,
worry
me-
about having to do something, that somebody else is telling you. You need to just get out of your comfort zone, that there's something wrong with you and you just need to stretch yourself.
So maybe the reason it didn't work for you wasn't because you didn't try hard enough, but because your heart just wasn't in it. That wasn't you. That's not how you work. That's not what you're passionate about. You know, not something you really enjoy doing. So you need to work in a way that you love your job. You really enjoy it. And there are some ways that you do need to stretch. There are some ways that you do need to give yourself a kick in the pants if you need to, and that's
like we talked about in the other video about doing videos, right? That was a stretch,
right.
Getting out of your comfort zone, and it turned out to be a good thing. But now, had we done it, right, and it continued to be a problem, or we continued to,
this life was
right,
miserable or something.
miserable doing that,
Anticipating.
I don't think we would have just, continued to bang our heads against the wall with it.
Right. Another thing is attitude. That's something we can all continually work on improving. Because if you don't have the right attitude or have a defeatist attitude and don't think something's going to work before you've tried it, then you doomed yourself to failure before you've even started. So that's a big thing where I do encourage everybody to stretch and work on their mindset and their attitudes about, you can do it. You can, build a successful business. So don't ever let your attitude hold you back.
So we don't pretend that what we have to tell you about or what we have to teach or explain is the be-all, end-all. That you need to figure out whether what we're talking about is something that you enjoy doing and that it fits with your personality and your style of business. And if not, then we want to help you get into the type of training that does fit. And so it may not be us, but we'll get you connected to people who are good, at a different way of doing things. And so we're not going to cover everything. Like I said in another video, this is going to be primarily online focused. And so if you want to build your business through shows or parties, that's great. And many people have done tremendous with those
very
methods.
Effective way to build your business. Very efficient. Mm-hmm.
And so, the whole, LuLaRoe's formal official training is all based on the style boutiques. And so there's plenty of good information. And so if that's, the direction you want to go, then that's where we would point you to. And there's plenty of ladies out there who have done incredibly amazing with their shows and events. And there's lots of good training material out there for doing shows, and we're not the ones to come to because we don't know anything about doing shows. We admire those who do shows. We admire those ladies who get out there and are out at the crack of dawn setting up and spending all day dealing with people. And see how I say that, dealing with people, right? So, but for them, they thrive on that kind of thing. So, everyone's different. And
I've heard some people say they just love, to get out and do it, even if they didn't make any money at it, because you just love getting out of the house and talking to people and doing that for fun. So, yeah, what gets you excited? What are you passionate about? What are you excited about? What way do you like to work? So you got to work within that. You got to sometimes it might take getting a little creative. Right, but it's always better. You're going to be more motivated, and you're going to stick with it more in the long haul if you are working in a way that works with your strengths.
So the bottom line is just don't give in, don't accept. In fact, reject anybody who tells you that you're the problem, that you just aren't trying hard enough, you're not doing the right things. So that's not going to help at all, right? So
right, unless you really are sitting there playing Candy Crush all night and not wondering why any sales
we're
are
not
coming
talking
in.
about that kind of thing. So.
That's not any of you guys.
No one
No.
on our team would
No, they
do
wouldn't
that.
dare do that.
No.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Bye.